Jenna. 11:11. Who you gonna call right now? 11:11 with Jenna. 11:11. Who you gonna call right now? I don't have my computer on, or sitting out, so I'm doing this in the dark, low pro kind of 11:11 with Jenna. My name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. My phone is about to die, and I'm going to do a really short show because I just got out of the bathtub in the dog bathroom. You know, the dog wallpaper. It's so fun. Hello, William D. Lindemann. And I thought, oh, it's almost 8:11. I got a blast. So I just wanted to check in with you. Hello, sir. How are you? Doing all right? Got my elephants on. Lillian had a mani-pedi today. At Bubbles. You got to go to Bubbles. If you got a puppy, you know anyone that has a puppy, they're in the East Bay, 510. Bubbles. Froy's going to be on the show, I think maybe on Wednesday. Might have a guest tomorrow night with everything happening in the last week and just the collective deep sadness and friends I've been talking with that have lost their homes. I've been lax on planning things. Good, William D. And just concentrating on other things right now. But I'm here and right now, and I guess I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be here the day after, and the day after that, or the night after that. And I did post something fun tonight with Billy Gibbons talking about Prince. Have you seen that? Did you see that, Carl? I just posted it. I had never seen it before. Just a conversation when they met. Dr. J, Dr. Love, calling Dr. Love. 510. Are you coming up for the gig? Or the weekend of the gig? Or can you come before? Or can you come after? Or can we, let's try. But yeah, I've been a little, I've just been spending time high with friends. Are you cool, Dr. J? I mean, I know you're cool. Dr. J's in LA. Yeah, John Mader, drummer that I work with. So many people have lost their homes. So many people I've talked to, and it's just my main conversation right now in life. And so I'm glad to be here. I was listening to something earlier about the challenge of making friends as you get older. And then in your 50s, and I thought, well, that's why I do 11:11, so that, okay, good, so that we can have this community and connection. You don't know when you're gonna run into someone that's been on. I've been in places before where someone's walked up to me and just started singing 11:11, and I don't know who they are, but their friend, like Jeff Metzger, for instance. Jeff Metzger was on the show for a long time, and friends of his would watch the show. And then they recognized me when we're at a Dead concert, Dead and Company, or I can't remember where else I was, but it's, oh, I'm friends with Gary Lambert. Oh, I'm friends with Dr. J. I want this like a domino effect to just keep, to know that I'm here and William's here 99% of the time. Carl is here most of the time, except he just needs to come back on the show, is what I think, and read some poetry. And Dr. J's been on the show, so, it's that, and so on, and so on. And if I hadn't just gotten out of the bathtub, maybe I'd have beautiful hair, but probably, whatever, it doesn't matter. You just have to show up. But it was a whole thing on, when you're a kid, you're in the same class and you're in the same sports and you watch the same shows and you watch the same movies and you have all this in common. Then in college, you're still seeing each other and you're in classes, but that's where it starts to separate. And then in your 20s, you start working, and some people are friends with the people they work with, but then people get married and they have kids, and some have kids, and then some people stay married and some people don't, and some people don't get married, some people don't have kids. And then you learn to see what it's like to be by yourself, and you learn to love yourself, because you never know. You never know when something's going to happen. If I'm walking around New York City by myself, someone goes, oh my gosh, you went to dinner by yourself? And I go, yeah. And then I met the coolest people, and I ended up dancing until 7 o'clock in the morning. One of those moments in life. And then, yeah, it's mostly about showing up. And William is the best example here that I know, because he shows up. But while William and I are working on stuff, his phone, his texts, oh, my friends are inviting me to a party on Friday night. Oh, and then you make the effort. The idea is easy. My father would say, ideas are that's the easy part. But you make a plan, William, and you show up. And you show up with more than just you being there. And you're a good friend. And we are all very, we're just here surviving. And after last week and the continuing on, this morning I woke up 4 o'clock this morning. It was so windy. And I went and I checked what it was. It was 46 miles an hour. And I thought, now multiply that by 2 and then add a little more. And that's how fast. I mean, this was, I know I'm going all over the place, but it was scary. And it's still scary. And being in California or anywhere where it's dry and watching what has happened, it's permeated my mind. It's making me reaching out to people that I haven't talked to and finding out that they're safe, or that they've lost their home, or can't find their animals, or they used to live right there. Remember when you used to you picked me up in Topanga, Dr. J? I still think about it. My friend Jules is in Mexico. She said, I should be there right now helping. And I go, of course you should. But, I heard, and Carl said he's snowed in. But we are wherever we can be at that moment. And you are safe in Mexico. And when you get back to Topanga, you will give all that love and then some. I know that about Jules. And anyone that's been to Topanga, you know that. Hi, Michael Keel. Michael lives in a place too where that could happen. Executing. Yeah, it's the execution. Like writing a song. It's all about the execution. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Okay, those are great ideas. But it's like that with friendship too. And I think, COVID did a number on it, and I'm going down another place, but I am really glad that I'm here. And I am grateful that I see William pop on. And then sometimes he goes, oops, I forgot I was sleeping. Doesn't matter. You'll be back. And if you didn't come back if you didn't come back for 2 days, William, I would be worried. In the very beginning of the show for a long time, if I didn't jump on right at 11:11, by 11:14, my mom, I was getting texts, or my mom, where's Jenna? Is she okay? Is everything okay? And then William and Julie, where's Julie? Is everything okay? And then now people fly in, fly away, come back, scroll on, scroll past. But I try to be here and honor it the best that I can. And there were times where I'd say, William, I can't be on the show tonight. Can you put up something, or can you be there? Patty used to jump on for me. The fact that I'm just trying to say, I'm glad you're here. And I can't wait to be in the same room with any of you, or digging dirt, or planting flowers, or whatever. Well, thank you, Carl. Or making a tune with you that's going to go straight to heaven. I know that. It's going to be outstanding, and I'm sorry we didn't do it sooner. I'm devastatingly sorry. So now we just have to do it, and it's going to be wow. But anyway, thank you, William D. She's like, what is Jenna going talking? If I was, maybe I've watched too many TikTok videos because I watch people on TikTok. They're like, and another thing. But you're always welcome to come on and give your opinion on this. I want you to be here. I don't want to just sit here by myself, but I know most of the time I'm not by myself. And right now, Mama Grace is right there and Lillian is right there. And we're watching this goofy show with, what's her name? Courtney Cox. Not Cougar Town. No, it's this one. It's very weird. I can't even believe I admitted that I was watching it. And there's a movie. Hi, Stephanie. There's a movie, if you know anyone that has the Amazon. It's called Tag. The gig on the 13th is at 7:30 in Berkeley, about 30 seconds away from the UC Theater, right behind KPFA FM radio and I can't think of the AM, but KPFA, it's right behind. We used to do every Thursday night. Dirk Richardson was on for 20 plus years, and Bonnie, and I had been on the show, I think 21 or 22 times. And then we'd walk over to hang out at the back room. Thank you, Sam, for still having the back room. Thank you. Anyway, kids, yes, it's in. And then you could take Bart. Just jump on Bart, girl, and pow, get there. You can meet me by railway. I know, I love that song. I don't care how you get there, just get here if you can. Carl, that might be a fun one to do. There are hills and mountains between us. Oleta Adams. Love Oleta Adams. Love Oleta Adams. She was discovered by Tears for Fears in a Holiday Inn. That's the loose story. I know that she was singing in a Holiday Inn, and I know that Tears for Fears had either been staying there and she was in the lounge. I'm going to have to go on the internet and get the truth. Whole other story, right? Haven't jumped onto Blue Sky yet. William, have you done it yet? Are you a Blue Sky person? Anybody? Blue Sky? I know, but I'm not going to leave here because this is, I use Facebook for this, community and connection. And I know I'm telling the truth, and I'm not making up any stories. I mean, I might make up a story. I make up songs. Anyway, I'm going to jump off. It's 8:26. It's 11:26. It's 10:26. It's 9:26. It's always 11:11 somewhere. I got to find out if Melanie Demore is around because I want to see her, but I want to see you. So, Oleta Adams. It's called Get Here. Get here if you can. I would love to do it, make it our own. There's so many cool songs we could do because if you haven't, hello, Julia. Julia's here, everybody. Julia, everybody. Deborah's here too. I know, Debbie. Julia, big hug, big hug, big hug. I'm going to just get in the car and come see you. Drive on. Hello. Wow. You know, when I see people's names, it thrills me. It fills my heart. And I was just talking about friends and how difficult, they say it's difficult. What am I doing, please? I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. Let's do it, Carl. How difficult it is to meet people when you're in your 50s. Case in point right there. I met Julia one night at a dinner. I walked in and I thought, what the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. This is not Not that they weren't incredible people, but we talked about the reason why I wouldn't necessarily be there. By the end of the night, what's your number? Let's hang out. Let's talk. We've texted. Never saw each other again. Not yet. But have remained connected here. So that whole can't make friends after 50 years old? Wrong. Wrong. I met a soul. That I think about all the time now. Julia lost her home. One of the first. And like I said earlier, I'm consumed by it. Not in a bad way, but it makes me sad. And I was thinking about you today when you said you were going to go work at a school today. I went, check that out. She's working already. Me, I'd be sitting in my bed. I don't know. You're an amazing being, and I didn't mean to out that, but I think if people clicked on who's this Julia person she's talking about, you'll see. You'll know. I love you too. And now Carl and I are going to do that song. And yeah, I do want to come see you. I'm going to get in the car. My phone is about to die. I came on the show tonight a little unprepared because I was in the bathtub until 8:09. And Grace goes, aren't you going to do your show? And I went, bah! I better, I got my jams on. I got my elephant jams on. Oh, I love these. Now. Really? 75 new students showed up at the school. That's incredible. What are the ages at the school? You know what? I'm going to continue this conversation because I'm going to plug in because my phone is about to... Moving music. It's dark in here, though. I think my charger's here. Okay, hold the wire up, buddy. Wow. Yes, and again, what is the age? Pardon me, everyone, for the... This is very March of 2020 right here, what's happening. Except I don't even have a rubber band to hold the candle, to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but my phone's plugged in and there's light. Wow. Incredible. You guys, anything you can do. Anything you can do. If you can help the animals, help the animals. If you can help the children, help the children. Look at that. 76 new students in an elementary school today. And I just almost hit my head on it. You know, nothing's happened like that. I was trying to think about that. As I almost just nailed my head on that drawer, I thought, have I done anything? Like I almost fell one night in the snow. Oops, recently. Wow. Wow. And sad, but how wonderful that you're there to show them. Oh, of course they didn't. But that's the one thing about my friends in Topanga. A lot of them they left together. A lot of people stayed and a lot of people left together, and they all stayed in hotels together and they've been doing school together. Oh, wow. Julia, I invite you when you can, and I have since I first told you about 11:11. I would be honored to have you on the show sometime. And if you wanted to talk about things, great. And if you don't, but know that I'm here every day. I'll even put on my glasses right now. I'm supposed to wear these. They're blue blockers. Man, do I look like a nerd or what right now? I love it. I never looked like a nerd before. Hi, Alan. Hi, Alan B. Anyway, I was trying to see how I could put the phone on something, and I looked over to Kleenex box, and I did. I thought March of 2020. 5 years in March, you guys. 5 years we've been doing this show. And we thought, how could it get any more nuts? Well, it has. And we don't talk about politics on the show, right? Anyway, so what are they going to do with all those students? Probably because Kim's usually the one that took the trash out, I'm guessing, Carl. There's a lot of, everybody here has a story. And when people say to me, when I invite them to come on the show, they go, I just work in a restaurant. What am I going to talk about? Of course you are. I am collectively a disaster with you. So, hi, Peg. No, I'm sure, Carl. I'm sure. Everyone has a story. And when they say, I don't know what to talk about on your show, and I go, well, where did you live before this? Well, I lived in Jamaica for 10 years, but before that I was living in a hut in, name somewhere, in Greece. I lived in and I lived in a cave with Joni Mitchell when I was 20. And I'm like, get the fuck on my show. Get over here. Pat Moriarty's here, you guys. Pat, I remember when I asked him to be on the show. Crazy. He said, what am I going to talk about? Well, that you're a well-known artist, a cartoonist, and his show was one of my favorite shows of all time. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, I wish I had my button to press the applause. Greatest show, like top 4 shows. Disappeared like that. What the hell? William, I'm like, William, where'd the William puts all the shows on YouTube, and he's back at it again. Thank you, Kevin. Well, I invite you to come on the show too. You know, call it what you want. Call it, oh, people that you're on your show. You're still doing that? And I go, yeah. Are you still doing what you love to do every day? If you're not, figure it out. This is my favorite, other than having Lillian wake up on my chest. She wakes up. I'm like, oh wait, she's here. This is my heart. This is how Lillian and I wake up. And she's like this, hi, Mom. And I go, I love you, Lillian. That's my favorite time of the day. My other favorite times are walking and talking to people, but singing, but doing this show. I love it. What did you do on Friday night? Made some dinner, hung out with my mom, and did 11:11. And Stella girl, what up? Is there really a lot of snow there? Is that a rumor? Gotta know. And honestly, right now, if somebody want to jump on, you are so welcome to. What are they going to do? We need to, I'm sure there will be teachers that are just going to come back and start working again. They have to. It's not even, there's no way to comprehend what are you going to do. Like grief has no timetable. Oh, you're still sad about that? Oh, you're still... Later, someone says that to me, gotta go. Oh, is that still bothering you? Oh, is that wrong? Oh, are you still... Yeah. This, to me, I've been evacuated 3 times. The last time was with my sister and Katie and Lisa and my mom and dad. Whole other story. But for 9 days, we did not know, 8 or 9 days, We did not know. There she goes exaggerating again. It was over a week that we did not know if their house was going to still be there. Oh yeah, we saw your house is still there. Then, oh no, your house is gone. For days. 3 inches? Oh, that's all? You would think, because everyone else is saying 11, 11 with Jenna. Right now, there are 11 people here. Thank you, 11. Thank you, 11. Start dancing, William. William dances. When there's 11 people here, William D. Lindemann dances. So what I was going to say is how do I say it in a way that even makes, I think this is what is the fires this past week. It's not done. It will continue in the way that it does, not this necessarily this fire, but our world is different now. But that, yeah, it's just, it's like if you ever went to 9/11 before they rebuilt it now. Oh, 15 degrees. I can't even, that hurts my, yeah. Oh, if you were lucky enough to go to New York at any time in your life, but during the cleanup, or to New Orleans post Katrina, you'd have no idea the depth of loss, the enormity of it. And you stand there and you're like, I can't, of course I can't. I'm not there, but I'm there in total solidarity with you. I wake up to it. I forget about it. I'm moving on with my day. And all of a sudden I go, oh. It's not. Yeah. People, oh, it's so beautiful down there now. No, it's not. It's not beautiful. It's an incredible structure. You can go buy, a 9/11 memorabilia. I just love to walk Battery Park to Harlem. That's my thing. What are you doing today in New York? Walking from where? Battery Park to 105th, 25th. I touch the Apollo Theater. I go, bam, did it. Yeah. Oh, it's so wonderful. This, to me, is, you can't even film how big it is. It's nothing that the human brain can even wrap its brain around. Be it a scientist, be it hey, Ginger Flower, I love you, girl. Ginger's in Sonoma. We are talking about the fires. Ginger was evacuated. Didn't you slept through the warnings in Sonoma? Didn't somebody come and bang on the door? Margaret Agratellis, hello. I bow to you. I'm so glad I was going to leave. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even going to do the show because I forgot. I didn't forget. I was in the bathtub. I thought it was 8:07 and not 8:09. I thought I had 4 minutes to get out of the bathtub. But Ginger and I haven't even talked about it. We haven't even talked. Margaret's been here for a long time and she's seen a lot of things, but nobody, you guys, this is like nothing ever before. Santa Rosa, that was like nothing had ever happened before. But this is like, but I liked what you said. Someone who also lost their home said, we are lucky the human mind can't completely grasp the breadth of the loss. Hi, Rich. Hi, Shu. Every day I find out about someone else that lost their home. Julia was my very first one. And when I hear about them, I just go right back. you watch these people interviewed. Yeah, maybe don't watch it. No, I'm not going to not watch it. It's part of us. It's part of everybody. But I think it's a global. I think it's affecting the world. There, I said it. It to me is that big. It's changed. Right. Right. And now the animals that are being sent to listen, she just said earlier, 76 new students at a school today. 76. Nowhere for them to go. Maybe we should start a new school, William. Yeah, I can't even put it into words how I feel, but I think you get it. I definitely, all the time I've spent up in Topanga, Armando is at the motion picture home. It's not called that. It's called the Hollywood Motion Picture. I know William could find it in 4 seconds. It's the home that he lives in. They were soon to be evacuated, and then the winds changed. But I'm telling you, last night, if anybody's in the East Bay, yeah, to me, the world is changing, but the world changed. It changed. Last night, the wind was nuts. I was standing, I'm like, going, what is that? That's the wind? It was twice plus. No, you can't. First thing I said to you, no words, just love. And you got your angels out. What are your dog's names, Julia? They're so cute. I'm speechless. I mean, almost, I know all of you except for Kevin and maybe 2 other people. And I know the losses that many of you have been faced with in your lives. And Bubba and Daphne, are they related? You almost didn't get them out. That's the thing. I go there too. The animals, the 4-leggeds, the birds, the lizards, the turtles. Yes, we do. There's no doubt about it. And it's changing. But I truly believe this is a global change. Maybe nobody needs to agree with me, but I know I'm going to put my phone right here. Now I can, anyway. Oh, yay. That's interesting. I have a dear friend that has a doodle something, not a labradoodle, something. Her dog, Daphne, I've posted photos of her. She's got eyelashes like this. Like, hi, Jenna. And her name is Daphne. Yeah. Bubba and Daphne. Hers are Pippa and Daphne. Yeah, of course. And you know, the two-leggeds, the people. That's I've talked with other friends too, that my friend John Mader, drummer on my records, my first two records, they lost their home and all his drums. And Guitar Center, along with Music Cares, is offering instruments. And oh, if you didn't see the Viore, girl, go get some Viores. They're giving Viores. How cool is that? Viore's like, let's get these people into the most comfortable clothing that they can right now. Oh, they are perfect. They're beautiful. But I want to know the story. See, right there. Oh, I don't really, she has an interesting life, but that's getting back to that. When people, I've invited them on the show, they're like, well, I haven't really lived an interesting life. But when I was living in Africa and this lion walked in, I'm like, and then they're on the show for an hour. I'm like, well, so I'm glad you didn't have anything to talk about. Of course they're perfect. They're four-legged. They need to, my whole thing about animals, dogs, cats, I'm not a big cat fan because I'm allergic. Dogs, cats, I think they should be able to live as long as they want. And then be like, you know what? I'm tired, I'm done. None of this 12, 14, I'm talking 40, 90. You want to be here? Lillian, I don't want her going anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. I couldn't imagine having to, well, I have. I evacuated with Lillian, my mom, and dad in the Mendocino campfire. But I don't know, that was a crazy story. And the Beverly Hills firefighters, they were why we still have a house there. Good night, William D. William gets up at 3 a.m. to go to work at FedEx to make sure those packages get sent to wherever they need to be sent. Well, I would love Bubba and Daphne to come on the show sometime. Maybe Cashew could come on the show. Lillian, she's on. Pat has, do you have two cats? You have one now? Two? We've had a couple animal shows. But this is why I'm here right now, because I can't, I'm so happy that you're here, Julia. Thank you. Just made my night. And yes, global, that action was above and beyond. Oh, Lillian's walking down. Her nails were kind of long, Jenna. She was like Barbara Streisand about 3 hours ago. And then I took her to see Froy, who owns John's Grooming on College Avenue in Oakland, California. Vanessa Williams, I wonder how she's doing. I worked on a record with her once. Oh, Jenna, you're such a name dropper. Whatever. Dropping it. Julia is here tonight. Thank you so much, William D. Thank you so much, Pat Moriarty. Come back. Come and hang out. I know you did that one. That night is Dr. J. Are you still here? Dr. J, if you're still here, I just so loved that you were on the show that night. And Pat, I have to apologize because you have to understand the enormity of that moment when I saw Dr. J's name getting ready to jump on the show. I couldn't even talk. I hadn't seen her in 12 years or 20 or something. 12 years. All right. I'm going to go snuggle with my dog, hang out with my mom, and I'll be back tomorrow night. And like I said, I'll be here and you are always welcome. Stay safe, stay healthy, be real nice, love hard, give and help any way you possibly can. Any way. Even more. Good night. I know, right?